Next is Brie Bella versus AJ Lee. Not really much to say here. I mean, Brie Bella is still under the servitude of Nikki Bella. AJ did get a nice pop from the crowd, so she was received well. It was a little back and forth matchup. Brie did get some offense in, but ultimately she does fall to the Black Widow for the submission victory.
And Nikki Bella was not very happy because Brie didn't get the job done, because apparently Nikki expected Brie to beat AJ, even though Nikki was the one with the title shot, and if Brie would beat AJ, it would give her a title shot. Apparently Nikki has mental illness too.
Apparently. Well, she was certainly enraged because after the matchup, before AJ could even break the Black Widow, Nikki comes in and gets a boot to the back of AJ's head. So laying her out, and then she hits the rack attack, and then tosses her jacket at her sister saying, "You're a loser," grabs AJ's Divas Championship and holds it high above AJ's prone body, so Nikki asserted her dominance. And,
can I just say one thing?
Of course.
This is a safe zone, right?
Of course.
Okay. I don't think Nikki's that bad.
Yeah.
I don't think Nikki Bella is that bad at all, actually. I think she's significantly better than Brie at just about everything. And honestly, if the WWE felt like being like, ha ha, screw you, Internet, we can put the Divas title on Total Divas, I would not be incredibly angry if it was Nikki Bella.
I have to agree with you, dude. I do. Like, I feel her work as a heel, having Brie Bella in tow.
And that's the thing. She has to be a heel.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I always felt like the Bellas were at their best when they were heels, because I said it from the beginning when they first turned. I just always felt like they were incredibly fake. Now, admittedly, I feel like Brie started to come into her own as a babyface, but then I think she suffered from overexposure because the angle she had with Stephanie got prime spots I don't even think they really deserved, and she wasn't able to carry it. So now I revert back to my original position. Yeah, they're just both better as heels, and Nikki certainly proves it. Now, I don't expect her to come away with the victory at Survivor Series, but if she was able to pull out the win, would I be upset? No, certainly not.
Maybe a little bit frustrated because of the game of hot potato that we've got going on with the Divas title, if that would happen.
Right, and my other frustration would come from the fact that we know that if Nikki won the championship and she was able to survive a rematch with AJ, then the inevitable feud would be Bella versus Bella for the championship.
Right, and neither one of us wants to see Brie with the title because she's just awful at everything except for... No, I'm not even going to say that. That's not even true. She's awful at everything.
There you go.
Can you name one thing that Brie Bella isn't awful at yet?
Her in-ring work isn't the worst.
What about her in-ring work isn't awful?
I mean, I think she's not the worst seller, is she? I mean, at least she can sell well, and her offense isn't bad.
Okay. So she's an all right seller.
We'll say adequate. We'll say she's adequate.
Yeah,
in-ring.
That's a good word.
But is she exemplary in any facet? God, no. And is she horrendous in just as many others? Hell yes. So
to me, I think that the selling is good for her babyface run, but the problem is, and this is even like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing. In order to be a good babyface, you need to have that fire in your belly, and she has about as much, like, I don't know. It's not there with her. I was trying to come up with like a clever.
Look, she has about as much fire in her as a melted candle. I mean, there's nothing going on.
That's the kind of lame analogy I was trying to avoid making. But
well, that's why I'm here. I jump on the grenade. So, I mean, yeah, dude. To me, the best baby faces, and we've said this, are ones that have extensions of their real life personalities. And to me,
that's the problem though, is that Brie's real life personality is basically a heel.
And that's just it, though. I mean, look, it's no secret. We've admitted on Twitwell already. You and I watch Total Divas.
And you know what? That's my problem, is I said real life personality. We don't know that. The Total Divas is just as, if not more, scripted than Raw.
True. True, but I think what I'm getting at is if Brie ever had any of the legitimate qualms that are portrayed on Total Divas, like, oh, I need a new dress for this event, or oh, why can't we get this home, or if she's ever expressed any kind of material concerns to Brian, then I'm sorry, to me that makes her a hypocrite. Because she's all about that vegan, stop corporations lifestyle like Daniel Bryan is. I know we once called Nikki Bella the chameleon girlfriend, but I'm wondering if Brie Bella isn't the chameleon wife, you know? So I don't know. There's just, I just get this sense of inauthenticity from Brie.
Yeah, and see, to me, it's not the chameleon thing, because a chameleon implies that they kind of take on whatever traits their significant other has, and Nikki fits that mold to me, but I just have this strange feeling that Brie Bella was just at a point where she was just kind of starting to learn about like animal slaughtering and that kind of stuff, and she kind of started to take up on it, and then coincidentally she just happened to meet Brian, who was actually really educated on the matter, and Brie really, like, she was like, oh well, he knows his stuff about this, and I kind of know about it, so maybe I should just amplify that about myself. And rather than taking on the traits entirely, she just amplified the traits, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
And it comes off as fake because it's like she. Do you know what a fair weather fan is?
I think, isn't it a fair weather friend or fan or friend or whatever? Someone who's always with you when things are good, but the moment things take a downturn, they bail.
Yeah, it's like Nikki or Brie is a fair weather vegan. Like she'll do it to get along as long as it makes her husband happy, but I get this odd feeling that if they weren't together, that would have been a phase that lasted like 3 months, and then she would have went back to normal lifestyle.
Yeah, I get that vibe too, and I just think that, again, between the overexposure with the program with Stephanie and just her personality in general, there's a disconnect between Brie and the audience, and I think the only way that connection ever gets established is through Daniel Bryan, who we all miss, deeply. I think when he comes back, he may get one of the biggest pops ever of that year. If he returns, early 2015, he'll already set the marker for biggest pop of that year. But, for now, we've got to have Brie as the stand-in, and what a horrible stand-in it is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So with that said, let's move on. Then we get the final antagonistic segment between the Authority and Ryback. Henry coming in and says, "You're the big guy, huh? Well, you remember when I whooped you at WrestleMania? I'm just playing. I'll see you out there." And and he says, "Welcome to the team." I love that. I love that Mark just wants to be comfortable, be secure in his own strength, and be like, "We may be the big guy, but I still beat you at WrestleMania. Yeah." And then he just walks off. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Mark's great at being a douche. Enough said about that. And speaking of douchebags, we go to our next matchup. My favorite Canadian fact dropper, Tyson Kidd, going against Adam Rose. And, they had a little back and forth matchup here. Actually, I shouldn't just be so quick to brush this match off because a lot of stuff happened on the outside. First of all, most notably, Eric Rowan came out, and he was looking for someone, and he says she's not here. I automatically assumed Renee Young, and I think they're going to play up when he had twirled her hair in his finger or whatever and was like, "You're pretty." So maybe Renee Young is like Eric Rowan's on-screen crush, whatever, and they're going to do a whole stalking angle.
I know, it's horrifying.
I think they have the potential to make it really eerie if they haven't already. And you know what?
They have already, my friend. They have already.
And you know what? At first I was like, oh man, that's so horrible for Rowan. What the heck? But you know what? I'm gonna really see this play out. This might actually have potential, so I'm curious what they do with it. Actually, also, while we're on the subject of the Wyatt family, I should mention that before Dolph Ziggler and Mark Henry had their match, we had another Luke Harper promo with his eyes, and says, "I'm gonna piece myself back together with pieces of you." So clearly Luke Harper is stalking somebody too, and that's the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler. So I guess we all know what the Wyatt family is doing.
Spoiler alert, gosh.
Well, it just seemed that way, and I mean, even commentary said, those have been happening in Dolph's matches for the past few weeks. Like, way to
Oh,
really.
did they really point that out?
Yeah,
Wow.
Cole said something along the lines of that. His video packages seem to be directed at Dolph in recent weeks, or something along those lines. So it's like, way to drop the anchor there, guys. So yeah, not only that, but the bunny gets involved again. Adam Rose seemed like, I think he got one impact maneuver, and then the bunny goes on the top rope looking like he's gonna launch himself, but of course Adam Rose, being the intelligent one, knows that would cause a DQ, tries to stop the bunny. He turns around. Tyson gets the double leg takedown into the sharpshooter with the submission win, which is his third straight live program victory in a row. Well, actually, this was taped, but still, yes! Fact! And so Tyson gets the submission win. Rose kicks the bunny in the stomach after the matchup, and what I love about this, right, is when he goes to rejoin the Rosebuds, they're all still having a great time. Like, I thought, to really emphasize that Adam Rose is going to the dark side, you'd have the Rosebuds kind of looking somber, looking confused, like, well, it's sad that happened, but let's keep up appearances for it. But no, they're just all having a great time. Like, yeah, that bunny deserved it. Take him out. Yes! It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the bunny's an attention whore.
Obviously. So who's really turning heel here? So yeah, really glad to see where that Tyson Kidd is getting more TV time. I mean, whether he wins or he loses, I think it's a victory in itself that on a 3-hour show where they normally don't make time for people like Tyson Kidd, he's consistently been getting on the show lately.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign to me. So great job there. Glad that Adam Rose is turning heel. And to steal a soundbite from my good friend here that he said when we were watching last night, Leo Kruger, imminent. And God, I hope he's right about that.
Wait, I said that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm stealing a line from my good friend over here, and then, of course,
I thought you were talking about Abel for some reason. That was
no, I was all about you, man, my cohort in commentary here. Because, yeah, you said that, and we both noted how he's growing the beard out.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, if he let me tell you something, and I don't want to...
Brother?
Yes. And I don't know if you want to have, like, a big, drawn discussion about this, but I think if he brings back Leo Kruger for the main roster, then his ceiling goes up significantly higher than what it was when he was Adam Rose. Yeah. Like, I could see Leo Kruger still being a main event figure, even if it's just one of those main event figures like Christian would be, where he's just kind of like a hand in that scene.
Right.
But it just has so much more opportunity than Adam Rose does. I hope we're right about this.
Yes.
I'd love to see Leo Kruger as like the new hired hand for the Authority that Bad News Barrett kind of filled before his injury. That would be just wonderful.
Oh, you just wait. I have so much to say about Bad News Barrett later. You'll see.
All right.